Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the Star Chronicles. I got Lisa, I got the Starstruck fan, and I also have Kyle. And I'm Troy Hill as we sit together every week and we talk on a weekly basis about the Dallas Cowboys, whether it's a win or a loss. If you like this, our content, please make sure you click the subscribe button and click the notification bell off to the right so you will be notified of all our up-to-date content. But we got another game here. Another game where the Cowboys lost in terrible fashion, 49-38. Let's go ahead and we'll give kudos to Kyle because Kyle was the one he was warning us like DEFCON 5 levels of what could end up happening. So let us have it. Kyle, what do you think?
I mean, not that I want it to happen, but I said that run game, you got to watch out for that run game. And they were trying out third and fourth stringers, and they were racking up 8 yards per carry. I mean, what did they say? That one guy was on a fishing boat. You know what I mean? That was his job last year. You know what I mean? Like, it was it was embarrassing. It was absolutely embarrassing. That these guys, at one point, they were averaging 9 yards a carry. At one point, that is unacceptable. I've never seen it. I've never seen anything like it. No, actually, no one has. 307 yards is a franchise record.
Yep,
so that was pretty pathetic.
No, I've seen it in Madden. I've seen it in Madden several times, but
not by professional athletes. Yeah,
you're not going to win many games giving up 9 yards a carry rushing. What's your thoughts on that, Starstruck?
Well, I think you hit the nail right on the head there. You said you're not, going to win many games giving up that many yards. But guess what? If we could run the ball like that, just imagine what could happen. I think the last time we outrushed the team and had more time of possession, we actually won the game. I think that might have been the Atlanta game. You guys can check me on that. But I think I shared with you all. This one crushed my spirit a bit because I really thought if there's a game I could circle, and I not to take nothing away from the Browns, but I will take a lot from them because they have not beaten anybody with a winning record this season. And they beat us on Sunday. And guess what? We don't have a winning record. So that says a lot about our team. So I'm just not going to, sugarcoat it. We're a bad football team right now. And the Browns beat a bad football team. And they've been feeding on bad football teams. And so everybody's thinking that they arrived. Like I said, congratulations to those guys. I actually had to call a buddy that I don't really even keep in consistent contact with just to congratulate him because I know he's a Browns fan. And he's like, man, it was good to hear from him. We caught up and everything like that. But that wasn't the kind of circumstance I wanted to do it under. It would have been nice to say, yeah, my Cowboys won, by the way. But thanks, team.
Yeah, I think, to be quite honest, after the first 4 weeks of the season, I don't really think the Rams are that great. I definitely don't think Atlanta's that great. And I don't think Seattle's that great. And I certainly don't think the Browns are that great. And I think they're going to prove that here shortly when they have to play teams in their division. And then they're going to get the truth about that. So that'll be a newsflash story that will change real soon before the season's over. What's your thoughts on the game, Lisa?
It was awful. I can't even... I really thought I was like, this cannot really be happening. Like, it was just like, I think when, cause like Dak started off 10 of 11 for like $170. And I was like, okay. And then it was like, the wheels didn't just fall off. The whole wagon caught on fire, the whole nine. Like, I have never seen a defense look so soft, so lost, so undermatched. Like, they're all professionals, but we joke all the time about the varsity and the junior varsity. We look like the junior varsity.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. With that, are we still on the Diggs wagon? I'm still on that wagon myself.
Yes.
He wasn't the problem in this game. I think the defensive line is just they're getting no pressure. They can't stop the run, and they're getting no pressure. That's the problem, right? In my opinion. That's the biggest problem. Is that defensive line. There's no one's I mean, the exception of a few games from Alden Smith, no one's done anything in that line. Poe, Crawford, I haven't heard Crawford's name all year. Everson, Griffin, he's just a guy at this point. He's just out there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, do we get Hill a little bit of credit this year, because it seems like we threw him completely off in front of the bus last season. I mean, just comparing to whatever else we have going on out there.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
he's at least up to where he's better than what he was last year, I guess. Compared to what's out there now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think he's better on the scale of new Tristan to now, but I don't know that you can. He's better in his own little bubble, but I still don't know that he's good enough to be a starter on another team.
I was gonna say, would he be a starter on another team right now? Probably not. He'd be a rotational guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, rotational guy. Well, that's what we're basically doing. It seems like most of our starters, especially on the defensive line, is kind of like rotational. Let me just go back for one moment and stuff, because I was laughed at last year. I remember. Try y'all know what you talking about. How smitten I was that we picked up Michael Bennett. You guys would be a lot happier if you had a Michael Bennett on our team right now, wouldn't you?
He wouldn't make a difference.
He was getting pressure last year. He was doing things that nobody else on our team is doing this year.
They were also in a different scheme last year.
True. Griffin, kind of miss him too. But you brought up an excellent point about scheme. But it just seems like the things that we thought that we were changing to make it an upgrade on the defensive line has turned out just to be a big dud. What's your thoughts on that, Starstruck?
I'm just going to say Tristan Hill has moved up a level this season. I'll agree with that. He went from being wackest to whack. So he's moved up. So let's give him some credit in that. That he's gotten better. He's shown improvement. So that's the important part, is that he's shown improvement, right? That's what we're looking for. We're in the business of seeing improvement. I still think he's not where this team needs him to be. But he's showing signs of improvement. At least he's got some aggression out there. He about took someone's leg off in the previous game, but at least looks like somebody's out there caring and trying to do something. The rest of the defense, Alden Smith, still going to give him some credit.
Mm-hmm.
The defense again looked bad overall, but he gave it an effort. He pushed on that one play, as we saw. He pushed Odell back. As far as with his pursuit, it at least gave him a wider angle to have to run. And you would have thought that the defense would have had enough time to then close in.
Mm-hmm.
And they did, but they didn't. They closed in, but they didn't make a play. So,
yeah. Is it just me on that play when Jalen Smith? Didn't it seem like Jalen Smith was like trying to race Odell to the end zone versus actually trying to tackle him? Because from particular angles, it just looked like they were just like running side by side, looking at each other.
Two different reverse plays. He looked like he was running half speed. I don't get it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Two different reverse plays.
Okay.
I don't get it.
It's like he's lost out there almost sometimes. He's just lost, it seems like.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's my hot opinion. I don't know if you guys noticed when I said it on our IG group chat that Joe Thomas greater than Jalen Smith.
He's playing all right. Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's better right now. I hear his name come up way more than I hear Smith. Just saying. Just go ahead.
I have a question. This is a give me your opinion on this. So let's say, is Leighton coming back this year, or is he out for the whole season? Do we know yet?
Nobody knows.
6 to 8 weeks.
Okay, so let's say it's week 9 and he comes back and things are status quo like they are right now. Do you bench Jalen and let Joe Thomas play with Leighton?
I would put Jalen to his original position like he was last year. And plus we still got Sean Lee's going to show up. That might be serviceable, healthy for maybe like 5 or 6 games.
Well, so Jalen played the mic last year. Jalen was strong last year, and they switched him back to weak this year. So I'm with you though, Troy. I think I want to see him play the spot that he was created to play.
Mhm.
That's what he played in college,
Mhm.
and let it roll for a couple games. And if you still are hot garbage, then you got to come have a seat right here beside me, right here.
Well,
And then
it is not a knock on him because I mean his story is really is incredible, you know. But damn it, we're at the point now where we need this thing fixed. And I know, okay, go ahead, Starstruck.
I'll let you finish your thought. I want you to finish.
Okay. I'm just gonna say that we need this thing finished. And this is what I think is literally going on. I think Jerry and Steven knows that we're in a trash division. And they anticipate they don't care how they get into the playoffs. You know, I mean, and if they can get to the playoffs with this team, well, maybe we can get these players to come back and stuff and everything will be fine and stuff by the end of the season. You know, that's what they're banking on. So they're not banking on that. They would have made some phone calls by now. Somebody would have been making a visit here. They're just banking on just being in a trash division. That, oh, hell, we only got to win like 6 or 7 games. We can get to the playoffs with that. I'm telling you, because if they really cared, there would be a higher sense of urgency right now. Don't you realize how I would have called Earl, Eric Reed? I would have even called, I know people aren't sold on him, I would have called Clay Matthews. I would have called every damn body last week. I would have. I'm just saying.
But do any of those players, I'm sorry, Starstruck, you raised your hand first.
I don't think they solved the problem, but it's still better than what we got going on out there right now.
Gotcha.
I think having Earl back there or Eric Reed alongside, get both of them. I don't care. It helps Diggs at this point. You can't believe Diggs is like, that man is completely out there by himself on defense, it feels like. And he's always in perfect position. He makes a few mistakes here and there. But dang, it's just like the defense is so bad. It's like the atypical Cowboy fan that doesn't know that wants Dez to come back and stuff tomorrow. They don't know what the hell they're talking about football related. You know, they think Diggs is trash and he's not. Okay, so back to you, Starstruck. I'm sorry. Say
I was just gonna say, when I look at this from a standpoint, I know Jaylon Smith is a feel-good story. We're all pulling for him, would like to see him succeed. But there was another feel-good story also in the NFL, I believe, by the name of Shaquem Griffin, with Seattle one-hand guy. They released him. You know, I don't know. He might be back on the practice squad now. I don't know if they picked him back up. But he was probably not as feel-good as there was. And Seahawks didn't have a problem, giving him, releasing him, for lack of a better word.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to get out there and you got to do your job at the end of the day. If you're not performing, you're not doing your job. I understand got in the top 100 or whatever, but if you got to come and, like Lisa said, come and take a seat, it's okay. It's okay. We're about everything we do is about winning, right? At least that's what I thought.
That used to be the tradition of the Dallas Cowboys, but that hasn't been This hasn't been since like the 90s. You know what? I mean, I'm not trying to cut you off, but it just takes me over to a side story. You guys are familiar with Lord Vader, Khalil Rico, one of our dear friends, supporter. We were texting during the game. I said, you know what, man? Wasn't a nice one. Don't you remember back in the day when we could make a mistake? We could turn the ball over and we could do a quick 3 and out. It was like the turnover never even happened. He's like, yeah, Troy, that was the 90s. Because every time we turn over the ball, I'm just sitting there thinking about my mind, oh God, we're just getting ready to just drop 6 on us right now.
Yeah, I mean, every time at this point, yeah.
I mean,
I've said it many times. Jerry does not care about offense. I mean defense. This is literally almost a mirror image of the Romo era. Like when I'm watching this game, like, wow, they have to score 40 points a game, have to be perfect in offense. You can't make a single mistake because that defense, you can't trust that defense in a 2-minute drive. You can't trust them to make a stop if someone fumbles or interception. And it's like, it's literally 2008 through 2015 all over again. I mean, they are just, and it goes back to Jerry. He doesn't put any emphasis on defense. Look at the moves he made on free agency. Yeah, they got some okay names who are past their prime. And through the draft, it's always the second or third round pick. It's never a high priority first round pick. I mean, he likes the splash. He loves I'm sure everyone's talking about how this high powered offense. He's loving that, but at the same time, you're 1-3. It doesn't translate to wins. Like I said, when it comes to playoffs, when he plays a team that has a good defense, it's gonna be 1 and out again, like it always is. 1 and out. It's just there's no emphasis on defense, and it's hurting this team.
Don't you guys remember like 10 years ago, our argument was that we just need to get Romo these weapons, We need to do this, we need to do that, and stuff will be fine. And all of a sudden, Jerry Jones openly admits that, well, as I was sitting there watching the game on the Jumbotron, I kind of started thinking like maybe I needed to get him some help. The big regret of mine. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He's putting himself in the same, would help.
He put himself in the same damn situation now on the defensive side.
Mm-hmm.
It's like history repeats itself with this football team all the damn time. We need an aggressive coach. Okay, let's go ahead and fire so-and-so. Let's bring in Bill Parcells. Oh, we need a guy who's not going to be a disciplinarian. Okay, let's get rid of him and let's go ahead and bring in Wade Phillips. Oh, we need this, we need that. Okay, let's get rid of him and bring the other guy. It's a continuous cycle of nothing.
There's no identity. This team has no identity. Let's be honest. What's the identity of this team right now?
Dak.
Is it a run first? But is it a run first team, a pass first team? Is it an offensive team? Is it a defensive team? It's offensive team, and it's right now it's a pass first team. But you got a $90 million running back whose biggest contribution to the team is pass blocking. That's my point. This team is so built, so ass backwards. I mean, you're paying a $90 million running back to pass protect for you because we're throwing the ball 50 plus times a game. And that's general manager. That's the general manager right there. That's your general manager.
What you got, Lisa Lee?
I agree with everything. And the problem is, even if you had an identity, because of the situation that your team as a whole, I heard the word complementary football a lot this weekend. And even in Mike McCarthy's press conference after the game, he said, we are not playing complementary football. And even Dak said, the thing I love about Dak, besides the obvious, is he said, we put our defense in bad situations. Now, when the defense gave up the big long play to Odell, I don't know if y'all noticed, they panned straight to Dak. His hands were physically shaking. And my assessment of that was he was livid. He had just brought him back. They were within 3. You just got to do a little bit. And the first play from scrimmage, that happens. And I mean, his hands were physically shaking.
Oh, I mean, my hands was physically shaking. But, I mean, it brings up to a good point, though. What the hell was up with that damn kick to begin with? Why don't you kick it to the end zone, at least have him start at the 25? I mean, at least do something.
Special teams are killing this team.
They're going to the well too damn much. Oh, wow, the little cute kick worked in Atlanta and stuff. Well, hell, everyone's prepared for that now. And that's another point that we brought up about last season. When the Cowboys are doing well the first couple of weeks, they all full cylinders. Shit, just wait the other team, figure you out, and see what happens. 8-8. That's what happens. I mean,
and to go back to the offense, if you have an identity because of the situation you're putting yourself in, you can't be that because of you're having to play from behind. And not just a little bit behind, you're having to play from behind by like 3 touchdowns. You have no choice but to pass at that point. Mm-hmm. So even if your identity was to be a rushing team with your $90 million running back, you can't. And then to put him in pass protection, the adjustment, the one thing I will give credit for is Terrence Steele was getting killed by Myles Garrett. And it happened way too many times. They should have made the adjustment way before they did. But the fact that they made an adjustment finally was good. And it did temper that Myles Garrett onslaught. And I mean, everybody knew, he's in my probably top 3 in the league. So you got to send help. You got to send help way quicker than you did on that. But
yeah, here's a common sense question, because I already know what you guys are going to ask or answer. If you were that football team, would you rather have 300 yards on the ground? Would you rather take that 300 yards if you had a choice, 500 yards passing for your team or 300 yards rushing for your team, which one would you choose?
The one
Rushing.
that equals a win.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That.
True, but it seems like the 300 yards rushing would
It's more
almost
demoralizing.
because you're actually you're actually killing clock. That's how you. I haven't even
exactly.
looked how much clock was killed during that 300 yards, but it had to have been a lot.
Like if we
compared
could
to
actually
passing.
establish a run, we keep our defense off the field. I mean, keep our lousy defense on the sideline. They have to establish the run. But I don't know if this line with like I said, no Frederick and no Collins, I don't know if they can do that anymore. I really don't.
No, I mean, and the thing is, on the back to the defense thing, we're not even bend, don't break no more. We just roll out there just straight up broke.
Just imagine this.
Just here we go, guys. We're broke.
You said they ran the football. I guess we all saw that.
Yeah.
100 some odd yards. And you said it killed the clock. Just imagine they put up 49 points running the ball. Just imagine if they passed. They would have had 60.
Yeah.
I mean, they had 49 running the ball and killing the clock. Just think about that. And
Yeah.
the McCarthy kick, it probably was not a great move. But the score that they played on, had they thrown about a 50-yard bomb to the end zone, I was like, see, if they were back on the 20, they'd probably kick that a little deeper. But the fact they ran a reverse and scored from that far out, had they had the ball on the 20, Odell would have housed it based on what I saw in that reverse, because they ran the reverse, twice? And then the week before we saw it. Wait a minute. Have we not seen a reverse every week on us so far since the Atlanta game? The Atlanta game, Julio Jones just dropped it. And I want to say Seattle may have thrown one also on us off of reverse. And then we saw it two more. We're going to see it again. I don't know if it's going to come up in
Probably
the
won't be
game.
this coming weekend. We probably won't see one.
Probably won't
No.
see it.
But, well, we better not laugh at that yet.
I know, right?
Because, I mean, we see all these teams run all these little special plays and stuff.
And
I know we always want to see it, but every time we try and do it, it never works. So, I mean, we need to do more bubble screen. Okay, great. It ain't going to work.
It works against a team with a defense like ours.
Yeah.
And just like Lisa was saying, Lisa said that Myles Garrett, I guess, is a top 3, and Aaron Donald, you kind of put in that category. Well, isn't there a guy that probably any week that's going to be on steals going to probably be a top 3 guy by the end of next week? You're not going to.
Yeah, I believe the Cowboys had a guy. Then the Cowboys had a guy had like 6 sacks. So Atlanta, I think he's packing groceries at the Piggly Wiggler. Is he even in the league anymore? I mean, we made him.
He's still in the league. As a matter of fact, I think
he actually plays for Cleveland, but he's hurt.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
He had some sacks yesterday.
Yeah, he would have had 15 sacks. They would have turned him into an action figure and stuff next week. They would have like rebooted the Drew Carey show starring him next week. But I just don't get it. I mean, to close off on the defense, well, I guess there's 2 things. D-Law is in his feelings, or still D-Law on this program. He's still in his feelings. Doesn't he just need to just stop just talking and just actually just start doing stuff? We'll kick it to you, Lisa. What do you think?
I don't want the one on my team that's supposed to be the war daddy to be. I don't want my defensive end that's supposed to be a certified badass that's being paid upwards of $20 million a year to get his feelings hurt about the critics.
I know.
What does he think?
I don't want him to address them at all.
Yeah. I mean, what does he think the fans are going to think? What does he think the critics are supposed to say? I mean, hell.
On a higher level than that, you should expect. You said it. He said it too. He called them soft and they played like S. Well, if you can say it, I can say it.
Exactly.
I'm still excited.
And he's still probably got a face mask on and still covering his face and Hot Boys on it right now. That was
what's so funny too is
ridiculous curse that ever happened. Well, you shouldn't. I'm just going to teach a lesson to the young kids that might be listening to the program. Let me get that. Are you there? There you are. If you got a nice little defense, you playing Pop Warner or high school and stuff, don't you ever ever name them the Hot Boys because it's just really, really lame and stupid to begin with. Let's go back to the program.
I think Kyle had some. Kyle was trying to chime in.
No,
Okay,
I was
what you got,
gonna agree with. I'm agreeing with Lisa. Like, if you're not gonna get sacks, and everyone in the media would say, "Oh, our fans, how great he is against the run," but then you let up 307 yards. What do you expect? I mean, because you're not getting sacks anymore. Let's be real here. You are not getting the sacks. We've gone 4 games, a quarter. Like I said, a quarter of the season, you have 0 sacks, 0. And then okay, well, he's so good against the run. 307 yards. That's a franchise worst. You deserve criticism. And like I said, for $20 million a year, I have the right to my opinion, like you guys do. You stink. You are not worth $20 million. Like I said, Jerry paid. He got paid to make game-changing plays, sacks. Let's be real. He got paid to get sacks and affect game. What's he doing? He's not doing any of those. He's not.
No,
he's not. Not anymore. 3 years ago, 4 years ago. But it just. So yeah, people have the right to criticize him, and he's be a man. You were a team captain last year, weren't you? Jeez.
Yeah, I think D-Law the best thing D-Law can do right now, get back to work, turn off his little social media accounts and stuff, and stop having everybody tell him he's a beast and anoint him that he's the king of monsters going to face Godzilla next week. Because let me tell you, these certain fans, Mr. D-Naw, they're the ones that made Taco Charlton feel like that he was like a great player, even though he's had more sacks in the last probably 10 games than you've had total. But still, that's besides the point.
He has one tonight. I mean, I just told
you guys are all
he's got one tonight.
You guys are all studs. You guys are all so great. I mean, on this program, we don't do that. We just don't. But what do you think about that? Starstruck. Do you take everything back when you used to roll into D-Naw's DMs and tell him how great he was last season, or what?
All these guys need to be held accountable and start being replaced. I kept hearing all camp about all these guys that were looking so good, all these rookies and all these guys that were just having such a stellar camp. Well, let's see what they got, because the ones that are on the field right now not showing us much. So I saw Donovan Wilson, as a matter of fact, I wanted to bring up, because I don't know if you guys realized that Darian Thompson was benched on Sunday and replaced by Donovan Wilson, who was lined up next to Xavier Woods. If we had somebody else, I would have thought that we probably needed to sit Xavier down too, but I guess they didn't have enough people get called up from the practice squad last week. Definitely something we need to consider is to evaluate these guys during the week. And it's still early on in the season where I think we need to start plugging other people in, and just for if it's just even for a couple of plays. And what better time to do it when you're against a team like the Giants, where, they may not, it's going to probably, unfortunately, be a close game. I hope not. But I think this would be the game that you should be able to plug some different pieces in and try and see, what works and what not, and go from there.
No, I totally agree with that. But I mean, I agree with your philosophy is like, at least try and get some of these interchanging parts and let's see what they can do. Or Jerry, call somebody, because in the famous
Worley's got to go.
Who?
Worley.
Yeah, he's terrible. He's terrible. Yeah, but I mean, in the famous words of Apollo Creed, there is no tomorrow. You know what happened to Apollo Creed the next day after he said them words? He woke up dead in the middle of the damn ring, getting bludgeoned to death by Drago. There is no tomorrow.
Good thing the Giants aren't Drago.
Because I don't want to wake up dead.
We're trying to wake up 1-4.
Yeah, but the reality is we don't even deserve to be 1-4 right now, because it's just a poor coaching on Atlanta that even made that miracle even happen. We're a 0-4 team. I mean, that's just the bottom line. We're 0-4 right now, and there is room for improvement, obviously. Last thing on defense, Mike Nolan, does he need to go, or no? I say fire him like nowish.
He won't last the season if we maintain. I'll let somebody else talk on it, but
okay.
But I don't know. What? Is it truly Mike Nolan, or is it personnel? Like, even if you're in a bad scheme, if you're a good player, you're going to look lost, but you're going to make some plays. Like, you don't give up 307 on the ground and make a play. There was not a play. Like
his last defensive coordinator position was in Atlanta 2014. Out of those 3 seasons, 24th worst defense, 27th worst defense, and then the league's worst defense. Why was he even considered, except for the fact that him and McCarthy are friends?
I get that, but I mean, like I said, we've gone on a decade where this team doesn't get turnovers. They don't lead it. They never get turnovers. We're on a decade where they never lead the league in sacks. They're not even average, middle of the league in sacks. They're always the bottom 10 in sacks. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't think this defense, there's not enough talent on it. And the fact that he had to install his entire defense virtually like this, he's, I'm not making excuses for the guy, but he was way behind the eight. I mean, across the league, they said, every defense, the first 4 games, the NFL has never seen this much scoring. Defenses across the league are behind the 8 ball. And, I'm not ready to fire him after 4 games because I think a lot of this stuff would have been worked out and ironed out a little bit over preseason, because even today, him and McCarthy said there's communication issues. I mean,
yeah, but there's a difference.
Stuff like that shouldn't happen. I mean,
but there's a difference between being behind the 8 ball and being completely in like 2 or 3 bars over and enough, like on a different street. They're not even in the same.
Well, like you said,
I mean,
Daryl Worley, Antoine Woods, Jalen Smith. I mean, I can go on. Joe Thomas he's a career backup. I mean, he's not a starting linebacker in the league. He's a career backup. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The lines. Tyrone Crawford coming off double hip surgery. Let's see. You got safeties who are getting benched mid-game. You're rotating in, corners. The team isn't talented. There's no talent on defense. They're not talented.
Okay. What do you got to add Starstruck?
What we have here. Chris Richard was a part of this defense, and I'm not about to give him a whole lot of accolades here. But what you are finding out with Mike Nolan's defense, it is exposing the players that are really not that good. Chris Richard, whatever scheme he was running, I don't want to say that it is the best, it's top, whatever they were doing, but it hid a lot of the flaws that a lot of our players have. And now you've got Mike Nolan, whatever he's instituted, it's exposing the flaws of our players more is what's going on. The same guys are there. You can say scheme or whatever, but whatever has happened, whatever Chris Richard and those guys are doing, when Byron Jones, it was identified that he should not be playing safety and he should now be at cornerback, they moved things around and they put guys in positions. Jordan Lewis did not look that bad last year when they were moving and putting him wherever. Now all of a sudden he's here in this game and now he looks clueless. I mean, it's whatever they're doing, it's exposing the flaws of these players.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. What's your thoughts on that, Lisa Lee?
My thoughts are, it's making me want to rip my eyelids off. I'm thinking about this defense still some more. So I'm going to vote that we move to the offense so I don't have to cry again today.
Okay, well, we're going to do that. Let's definitely move the offense and stuff. And we need, Dak needs to start getting some more tackles on defense as well, too.
Yeah.
Perfect segue with Starstruck down there bottom. He needs to do better on special teams. And Dak just needs to start tackling some of these people. Offensively, 505 billion thousand yards by Dak Prescott. Great performance. Love the guy, but I want a game where he doesn't have to throw the ball 61 times. Yes, there were mistakes that happened in the game, but it's just, like Kyle, you said before, you got to have that perfect game right now offensively, because those turnovers with our defense is gonna
defense can't bail you out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna kick you dead in the face. What's your thoughts, Starstruck, offensively?
I think it almost transitions right from the defense. Whatever we're doing on defense, it's not only affecting the defense, but it's exposing the flaws of the offense. because you're putting the ball in Dak's hand continuously to have to bring this team back. And now he's having to throw it a whole lot more. So now the haters are being able to examine a lot more of his passes. Instead of seeing maybe 1 or 2 bad passes here, you're seeing 3 or maybe even 4 because he's throwing it so much more. The interceptions are starting to come now. The bigger the lead, the more we have to throw. I think he had no interceptions like a couple of weeks ago. Now he's up to 3, which is still not bad. But the more you're putting it into the air, the more you're exposing him and other players to things happening. And so, again, this whole whatever's going on with this team is exposing everybody. Zeke, everybody's being affected. It's like the coronavirus of like no skill. I mean, it's affecting everybody.
Well, that was interesting description. It made me think about so many other things. But what about Cooper? Not saying that play. Oh, Lisa, you got something?
I just have a question for the Dak haters. This will be quick and painless. Who, in all these games where the defense has played so bad, there's one person that you have to give credit for even letting you still be relevant late in the fourth quarter. And if you can honestly look yourself in the face, let me look. I don't even know where the camera is. Is it right there? If you can look yourself in the face and say that it was not Dak Prescott, you need to find yourself another team. And that's all I have to say about that.
Fair enough. I can definitely agree with that because it's going to come to a conversation one day, people, where we're just going to get to the nitty gritty on the Dak haters because I have a hot sports opinion about that, but we're just not ready for that yet. People just probably ain't ready for that hot sports opinion. What's your thoughts, Kyle, on a offensive standpoint?
Like I said, same thing as Starstruck fan. The defense, they put this offense in a position where it's pass because you got to play catch up. And when you're trying to score 21 points in 9 minutes, you can't run the ball. And then if you throw 59 pass attempts and 57 pass attempts, you are eventually, like I said, odds of probability you're going to make a mistake. Everyone does it. Drew Brees does it. Tom Brady does it. Note to the Dak haters, every quarterback does it. Let's be real here. The more you throw the ball, the more you're going to get a strip sack or something bad's going to happen. It's just every quarterback. But it's for some reason magnified when Tom Brady threw a pick 6 yesterday, but then threw 5 touchdowns and they won. You know what I mean? Like it happens. But they want to, like Lisa said, every Dak hater wants, it's Dak. He was mid-throw when the backup right tackle got beat by Myles Garrett. His arm was this way when he got swiped out. He was mid-pass. You cannot blame it on Dak. And the interception, Amari Cooper said he cut off the route or something like that, and he didn't even look. The ball was out of the hand. Amari should have had, and he admitted it. He should have had his head looked for the ball, and he took full responsibility for that. So, like I said, it's just back to the point, though, and, about the identity. This team is just, even if they could, defense could help out the offense. I still don't see in this league, in this day and age, how running, a run-first team, I think we're beyond that now. The line's not good enough to get the push off the ball. It's a passing. You got 3 elite wide receivers. It's a pass-first team. It is. But I don't want to see him pass 59 attempts. Let's taper it down to maybe 35. You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What you got? What you got, Starstruck?
Tom Brady yesterday, 5 touchdowns. Brought his team back. I think they were down like by 17 in the first half or something like that. They think they closed it to like 10 just before halftime. But eventually at one point they were down 17. His defense only gave up 7 points in the second half. Can you just imagine if our defense had not given up more than 7 points in the second half, what would have happened yesterday? We only gave up 10, I believe, in the second half against the Falcons when we came back. It just shows the significance of why we need defense. And you look at Dak, it is too much pressure being put on these guys. And people say, well, he needs to do this, he needs to do that. Well, you got your Dan Marino's that's Hall of Famer, Dan Faust that's Hall of Famer, Warren Moon that's Hall of Famer. All these guys put up the numbers and stats that Dak looked like he is going towards, but they never won a Super Bowl because they didn't either have a defense or they didn't have a running game. They just passed their ways into record books and into the Hall of Fame, but they never could win any game of significance. Go right ahead, Jordan.
And you know why you're 100% right? Because we got the other example. John Elway. Throw the ball all across the damn field, all over mountains and stuff. I think he hit the plane to John Denver. Anyways, I'm not going to say that. But what happened when he got a TD, when he got a Terrell Davis? That was the difference maker, wasn't it?
Yeah. Defense, yes.
Yeah.
He had a good defense. Yeah, he did.
Bill Romanowski, Neil Smith. Yeah, they had a good defense. Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like those little plug-in things has made all the difference in the world.
Peyton Manning.
Which kind of goes back to Jerry
defense.
Call some damn buddy like now. Call anybody. I don't care.
Here's the thing. The defense doesn't need to be, at this point, I don't need you to be great. I need you to be average.
Yeah.
Because if you're average, if you're average at this point, we're 4-0. Hands down.
They're dead last in points and 31st in yards.
4-0, 3-1. You know, which I take either over where we're at right now. Anything else offensive wise? Anybody on the wagon of getting rid of Mike McCarthy yet? I'm not on that wagon because if you guys had the patience to deal with Jason Garrett and stuff for 10 seasons, I'll be damned if I'm gonna sit up there and just be like, because it's still something different than Jason Garrett. Which kind of segues over into our next point of the game. Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants, offensive helmed by the great Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett is going to try to pull out every trick in the book that he could possibly pull out with this damn team. And he's going to try to show up and show out. With our defense that can't even, as Mike, I don't even want to call it a sieve because that would be disrespecting sieves right now at this moment. We could be in trouble.
We know for you think because nameless faceless opponent. That's what he always says for 9 years. We heard that nameless faceless opponent. I mean, I watched the Giants. Their offense is so bad. I mean, I'll send you guys a play. There was a play where it was a passing play and not a single receiver ran a route. They blocked. You know what I mean? Like they are.
Quarterback was looking for somebody to throw to.
Exactly. That's my point. They've scored 3 touchdowns in 4 games. I think they're the worst. Like I said, I've never been this more confident in my life that Jason Garrett won't pull out any tricks because he's never done that. That's not his MO. He treats every team the same. So one would think he wants revenge, but that's not his nature. It's just not. He is blue shirt, blue pants, blue Gatorade every day. That's who he is.
Man, he's been in New York for 6-7 months. You don't know what type of bender that man's been on and stuff. He might be a completely different person. He might be. Yeah. I'm taking the Cowboys down come Sunday. You don't know what Jason Garrett be up to right now. What you got, Lisa?
I mean, I mostly agree with what Kyle said. Even if he wanted to pull out some magic,
that team has no weapons.
He has no personnel to do it. Now, that being said, this girl right here, who has 2 index fingers and is nervous about Sunday, this girl. Because, I mean, I don't know. I don't have any confidence. Now, the good news is they don't have a defense either. So the final score may be 98-97. But I feel like we could pull that out in the event that, I don't know, though. And I promise I may be done with football forever if we lose this week.
Oh, I know. That'd be embarrassing.
What's your thoughts, Starstruck? Is there a little bit of nervousness?
Nope. Because one thing's going to happen for sure. If we lose to the Giants, somebody's losing their job. I don't know if it's going to be Mike Nolan. I don't know if it's going to be some players that are going to get benched. Something won't be the same after next Sunday. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with change. So either we're going to win or there's going to be change is coming. Yes.
Can it be the
we got special guest Sam Cook was joining us tonight. What you got, Lisa Lee?
Can it be the GM, please? Can he get fired whether we win or lose? Please, please, please.
The state of the world, you just never know.
Right, it is 2020.
You just never know. But
quick, get him Corona, put him in isolation for the rest of the season.
I've seen crazier things recently. Of course, I want the Cowboys to win every week, like we all do. But damn, this defense is just so damn crappy. It's hard to make heads or tails out of the damn thing. So I'm kind of just like, yes, I expect the Cowboys to win, but if they lost, I would not be surprised at all. I would not lose any sleep. I would just turn my TV off and I would just go ahead and ritualistically just go up ahead and just lay in my bed and just face first and just lay there for like about a good 30 minutes. And I snap right back out of it.
I'm cussing folks out. I'm a cuss. I'm gonna say, Mama. I'm gonna apologize to Mama ahead of time. I'm live on Facebook. I'm going in. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm going in. Okay.
I gotta say, I mean, like I said, no one knows this team better than Jason Garrett. They're mostly still his players. I mean, our offense is still the same offense that he ran last year with Kellen Moore. But I mean, I just can't see that Giants team. I mean, their number one wide receiver, their number one wide receiver is Golden Tate. You know what I mean? Like that's their number one. You know what I mean? Like they're often I said I've watched most of the games this year. They're awful. I just can't see. I can't see any way. Like this is the kind of team our defense needs to play to get some confidence back. To like work out the kinks and whatever communication issues they have. It's this game right here because that Giants offense, like I said, they've got three touchdowns, this season. That's
but
they haven't scored one.
I will also add on that and stuff. You said Golden Tate because it ain't never been like he's ever given us any problems before.
Right.
I mean, I'm not worried about it. Maybe 5 years ago he did. Yeah, I mean, this is
it still makes me feel bad because he'll end up blowing us up, and then we're gonna try and trade for him and stuff like he's Roy Williams and stuff like 2 weeks from now and stuff because that's the type of stuff that we do.
So let's do a quick thumbs up, thumbs down for the game.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, I couldn't be more confident.
Jason Garrett. I heard someone say Jason Garrett is familiar with. Jason Garrett ain't seen this explosiveness with CeeDee Lamb, Gallup, and Amari. This offense can really open up some things. And this game can go away fast if we can come out and run some hurry up in the beginning and get down the field. That's disappointed me the most. And that's probably because of the fact we didn't get a camp where the players were all together early to learn the playbook. But this team, if we can play like we play in the second half at the beginning of the game, this game is going to be over. And I hope that's the offense that I see. Just with some defense, please.
That's the underlining variable of the whole damn equation.
We're gonna put up some points.
If you give me an average performance defensive wise, I'm all like this. Yeah, I'm just like I'm like kicking my heels together, but not with this. Not with the God. You can't even say this is below average.
It's the worst in history, in Cowboys history. It's the worst in Cowboys history.
I mean, it's like
1-15.
It's like
and 0-14.
I mean, it's like
12, something like that.
It's like our teams are facing our defense, and it's like Hanson's funeral home and stuff, and not the people attending the funeral, the people in the caskets. That's what our defense is like right now.
It's bad.
I mean, it's sad.
They ran
offensive coordinators look at the schedule and they're like,
and I'm telling you, Jason Garrett's probably doing the same damn thing right now. He's like, yes, I'm going to show them football. I'm going to show them they should have never let me go. And just start clapping. He's clapping in a room somewhere by himself, and nobody knows what the hell he's clapping about, but he's just sitting there in a corner with a cigarette in his mouth with a dark room of ember like hanging from the cigarette. I want the Cowboys to win, obviously, but damn, with this defensive performances and stuff, it's just really, really hard to say. I mean, just give me average, Dino. Give me average. You know, that's all I need you to do, D-Naw.
D-Naw,
Yeah.
move yourself from D-Naw to D-Man.
D-Man is even better. He's been downgraded. Now you are D-Man. Man, effing Troy stuff. I'm sitting there pouring out my tears, man. This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Wham, D-Law. I mean, just go out there and play and stop focusing on all these damn fans and the beast mode and the hot boys and just do your damn job. Because the hot boys, again, is a stupid name to begin with. And two, you haven't even done nothing to even say a damn name about yourself to begin with. You ain't the Doomsday Defense. I mean, you ain't none of that. I mean, just all these people coming up with damn nicknames for no reason. And so, what do you think about that? What do you think about that, Starstruck? The nicknames for no reason.
I don't know, but we need to come up with a turnover chain or something. Get these guys excited on the sideline. Something. I mean, a sack lunch bag or something these guys can hold in their hands, or the first guy to the quarterback, you get this. I mean, I'm almost want to say, can somebody get in trouble for an illegal bounty or something this week? I mean, put a bounty on something. I mean, okay, I ain't gonna put that up. We need some type of something to excite somebody. I mean, nobody has an incentive to go out and get a sack. I mean, really? Somebody get mad. Somebody just play mad.
I mean, a side note, Wade Phillips is currently unemployed.
Who's this?
Yeah.
Oh, 3-4 though.
Yeah, but he'd be excited to come back, man. That, he loves the hamburgers and catfish here. So he loves it. That give him incentive to be excited. Maybe that'll be just the lift that we need. I don't know. Anything else? Anything else, people?
I'd have to do some research on Tomsula to see if he could carry this team for the rest of the season. I don't remember his history.
Mike Singletary and stuff, he's not coaching no more and stuff, after his successful 2-year span as a high school football coach with went 1-21.
I think Tomsula could carry it. He's bat ass crazy, but he could do it.
He would have. I don't think if we continue down the path where I know is not finishing this season, somebody's gonna have to take it over. And I don't see a brand new guy coming in at the bye week and taking this thing on. It's gonna have to be somebody on the staff. I don't feel a whole lot about
the only way you can do it is if you do it now. And if you have the theory that our division is so crappy and trash, this is the time to do it. Don't wait until the bye week. Your division's trash. I mean, you just got to string 7 or 8 wins. 7 wins.
6 days to try to implement something, at least with a bye week. You got 2 full weeks like we did with Amari Cooper. I mean, you try to flip the defense in 6 days.
But we can implement what they've been doing, what they haven't been doing right now. Just tackle people. That's the first implementation right there. You don't really need anybody. I just need you to go out there and tackle people. What? That's not what no one's been telling us. No one ain't told us to tackle nobody. This is new to us. We're just going to go tackle people from now on. I don't know. But this has been a great show, except the losing part. But on behalf of myself, I wish you guys a great night. And well, you got anything to say to the people Starstruck?
Well, let's just go out there, and I would hope to expect to see a blowout. I didn't expect that last week. I thought it was going to be a close game. We were going to pull it out. But I just don't see the Giants. I don't think they're going to hang with us enough. They're going to try. It might be close in the first half, but I don't know. I just think it's going to be – we're going to score a lot, and they're going to score a little. That's just me.
Okay.
And, keep your head up, fans.
We're going to try. Going to try. Get your head up there, Lisa. What do you think? What's your final words for this evening?
I'm gonna look into the camera again. Please, dear Dallas Cowboys, I have a lot of a-hole friends that like the Giants, and I need you to come through for me this weekend. Get mad, have a players only meeting, and run it up and leave no doubt. Love, Lisa.
And what do we have from Kyle?
Yeah, I agree. I want them to run the score up so bad on this Giants team. I mean, just because I hate Garrett with every fiber of my being. So I want them to score like 60. I mean, like college score. You know what I mean? Like I want them to embarrass them to the point where he's won't shake hands after the game. I mean, I think it could happen because I'm telling you that Giants team, they're bad. We should win. We should win this game by 20 points. I mean, and if they're not, it'll be disappointment. But I think they'll win.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think the Cowboys. I mean, I'm not even gonna say it. I hope they win, and I hope the defense. I mean, I need average defense to come out there and stuff, and I can say the win. I'm not 100% sure if it's gonna be a blowout or not, because we also have, even at this much dismay, we have the ability to make other teams look like the resurgence of Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin and every damn buddy else and stuff. So, I mean, and that's the whole damn rub of the thing. But anyways, it was a great time. If you guys enjoy our show, make sure you subscribe and make sure you click the notification button. And we'll see you next week. And go Cowboys. Do we have a go Cowboys? We got a fist. Everybody got a fist. Look at that, man. We like the Wonder quadruple twins and stuff. And I'm just not going to be the one that's going to turn into a mop. I want to change it like the animals and the cool stuff. So as long as I get to do that part. I mean, Ron and Kyle can be the bucket of water. But we'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Next time. We're out.